It seems like the feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk is not gonna go away anytime soon, in spite of the fact that there are obviously much bigger stories and unfortunate things happening around the country that should kind of, be in the spotlight. Yet, Donald Trump is now threatening Elon Musk that if he funds Democrats to run against Republicans, he's going to face some serious consequences. Now, the only problem, of course, is that Donald Trump did not elaborate at all on what those consequences could be, so we're only left to speculate about what kind of horrific punishment Trump has in store for Elon Musk. We get more to that in just a moment, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor.
I've talked a lot about what Trump's return could mean for our democracy, but let's talk about what's already happening to the media landscape. Major outlets like MSNBC and the LA Times are shifting to adopt more conservative perspectives. Then there's Bezos, the owner of the Washington Post, and Sam Altman donating $1 million to Trump's inauguration because he'll lead our country into the age of AI, despite warning AI could concentrate power, erode freedoms, and reinforce biases. And these are just the moves that we know about. What about the outlets keeping their shift to the right quiet, letting bias creep into your feed unnoticed? And with algorithms already controlling what we see in the first place, finding truly independent voices is more urgent and rare than ever. That's why I've trusted my partners at Ground News for a long time to help me critically analyze the news that I consume. They're the only app not trying to tell you what to think. Instead, they organize every perspective by story with insight on each source's political bias, credibility, and even the financial incentives behind the headlines. You can even filter out extremist outlets to focus on reliable reporting that actually matters. It's how I've saved hours of research into the stories I talk about without wasting time sifting through propaganda and misinformation. Trump knows that controlling the narrative is the first step to controlling the people. But I trust Ground News to make sure the truth never gets buried, and you should too. For a limited time, you can get the same plan that I use every day for nearly half the cost. Just go to ground.news/ROF or scan my QR code to get their top-tier Vantage plan for $5 a month. Ground News is completely independent, nonpartisan, they aren't manipulating algorithms, and they don't show ads on their platform for clickbait. In fact, I've found new, alternative, and highly credible outlets who do reap the benefit of my clicks through their platform. So your subscription means more than accessing a better way to stay informed. You're protecting the independent voices that are disappearing before our eyes.
Let's face it, Donald Trump actually has a lot of different options that he can choose from if he wants to punish Elon Musk. For example, he could terminate all of his government contracts, which would basically send Elon Musk to the poorhouse. Here's a funny little thing about a lot of the billionaires in this country. If it weren't for government contracts, many of them would not exist as the richest people on the planet. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos happen to be two of those people. Now, Trump is not openly feuding with Bezos at the moment, but the number one source of income for Amazon comes not from the products you buy from them, it comes from their government contracts. Same is true with Elon Musk and SpaceX. SpaceX could not function if it weren't for government contracts. They wouldn't have enough money to operate and build these rockets. They're getting that from your tax dollars. And Trump, with the stroke of a pen, could say, bye-bye contracts. And there's nothing Musk could do about that. I mean, he could try to sue, but at the same time, the administration does in fact have many reasons why they shouldn't do business with Elon Musk, including, but not limited to, the reported drug use. I mean, at this point, you can't even call it use. That's definitely abuse if those reports are accurate. So, a company run by a drug abuser kind of seems like something the government could very easily sever ties with and not face any legal ramifications, right? Same thing with Starlink. They lose their government contracts. If Trump dumps him, then all of the other countries out there dump him also because Trump would probably tell them to do the same. Starlink's gone. not going to survive. So Trump could very easily destroy Elon Musk's life and net worth if he wanted to do that. But Trump says, no, I'm going to hold back. I'm only going to do these horrible things if Elon starts funding Democrats, which has already sparked some Democrats to come out and say, we're not going to take your money. Of course, you do have those wishy-washy, we also hate Trump people who say, no, come on, Elon Musk, join the resistance. F him. We don't want him over here at all, by any means. He needs to stay away from politics in general. Let's not bring him into our big tent. That would be very dumb. So, what's left? Well, Elon wants to start his third party, obviously. He likely will not have much success with that whatsoever. So, maybe he just goes back to being a weird online guy, right? I mean, I think that's probably the best case scenario for everybody. Elon Musk, get out of politics, stop funding ridiculous candidates, stop trying to buy elections. You already got everything you wanted out of the Trump administration. You fired the people that were investigating your companies. You got your hands on all of our private data. You made out like a bandit. Now might be a good time to quit while you're ahead. Because if we know one thing about Donald Trump, he loves to have enemies. And now that he's in a position of power to punish them, you really could get screwed. So your best bet, Elon, disappear from public life and just go be a weird, eccentric billionaire in private. Welcome to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel. I am Farron Cousins, the host of Ring of Fire here on YouTube. I don't know if this is your first time here, or maybe you're somebody who comes here every single day, but either way, let me tell you what's going on. Ring of Fire was actually started in the year 2004 by none other than our own America's lawyer, Mike Papantonio. And over the last 20 plus years, Ring of Fire has gone from being a 1-hour weekend radio program on Air America through a series of changes. Go Left TV, which we started back in 2007. We've been on the Young Turks network. And of course, this very YouTube channel here that started, obviously, as they all do, with no subscribers. And we've now ballooned to well over 1 million as we go on our way to that 2 million mark. So again, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Take a few minutes, look around. We have content that actually goes back 20 years. So there's lots to see, there's lots to do. And trust me, with the next 4 years of Donald Trump getting back in office, we will be here every day, every single day with fresh content for you to keep you informed about what's happening and, of course, to warn you of the potential dangers that Donald Trump poses as we approach his second term.